There's something timeless about walking, something that connects us to every generation that came before us, and yet remains as fresh and vital today as it was 1,000 years ago. Picture a quiet morning, the sun rising slowly, painting the sky with soft golden light. The world still calm, wrapped in that gentle hush that comes before the day begins, and with your very first step, something shifts inside you. Your breathing deepens, your body relaxes, and your mind begins to awaken. Walking may seem like the simplest thing we do, but inside, beneath the surface, it has the extraordinary power to keep your mind sharp, clear, and forever young. The rhythm of life. As you move forward, the rhythm of your footsteps becomes steady, almost like a song your body has known all along. With each step, blood flows more freely through your veins, carrying precious oxygen straight to the brain. Neurons begin to fire with renewed energy. Connections strengthen, pathways light up, and suddenly you feel more alive, more focused, more present than you have in days, perhaps weeks. Walking doesn't ask for much. No expensive gym memberships, no special equipment, no complicated routines to remember. Just your time, your presence, and the willingness to take one step, and then another. And what it gives back is something truly priceless. A clarity of mind, a lightness of spirit, a sense of vitality that money simply cannot buy. You see, as we grow older, we often hear about what we're losing. We hear about decline, about slowing down, about accepting less. But walking tells a different story. Walking whispers a gentle truth, that aging doesn't mean fading, that our minds can stay vibrant, that we can still grow, still learn, still discover new things about ourselves and the world around us. A gentle escape from life's burdens. When life feels heavy, when worries pile up like clouds before a storm, walking becomes a gentle escape. Stress begins to fade with each step, almost as if you're leaving it behind on the path. Thoughts that once felt tangled, knotted up inside your mind, slowly begin to loosen their grip. You notice the air feels cooler against your skin. The sky looks wider and more open. The breeze brushes against your face, like an old friend offering comfort. Worries that clung to your heart, heavy and insistent, begin to fall away. The bills that need paying, the appointment you're anxious about, the family matter that's been troubling you, they don't disappear, but somehow they become manageable. They shrink down to their proper size, and in that spaciousness, that breathing room walking creates, something beautiful happens. Creativity awakens. Fresh ideas arrive, as if they've been waiting patiently for this quiet moment. Solutions appear to problems you've been wrestling with for days. It's as though walking opens a door inside the mind, one that only movement can unlock. A door that stays closed when we sit still, when we remain trapped in our thoughts. But when we walk, when we let our bodies lead and our minds follow, that door swings open and light pours in. The wisdom of great minds. Some of the greatest thinkers throughout history knew this secret intimately. Writers like Charles Dickens would walk through the streets of London for hours, sometimes 10 or 15 miles in a single night, seeking inspiration for his next chapter. Poets like William Wordsworth composed verses as he wandered through the Lake District, letting the rhythm of his steps guide the rhythm of his words. Philosophers like Søren Kierkegaard once wrote that he walked himself into his best thoughts and couldn't think of any thought so burdensome that he couldn't walk away from it. These weren't just coincidences. These brilliant minds understood something fundamental. Walking isn't just exercise for the body. It's nourishment for the soul. a companion to creativity, a partner to reflection, a doorway to peace. And even without their studies or science, you can feel it too. You've felt it, haven't you? That sense of clarity that comes after a good walk. That feeling of being more yourself, more centered, more at ease. The emotional medicine we carry with us. And there is a deeper gift, one that touches the very heart of who we are. Walking changes how we feel inside. The steady rhythm of each step has a calming effect, like the beat of a gentle drum, like a lullaby for the restless mind. Anxiety softens its sharp edges. Sadness lightens just a little. Joy quietly returns, like a guest who's been away too long but always finds their way home. It becomes a kind of moving meditation, though you don't need to call it that. The body moves, the mind slows down, and suddenly, miraculously, the present moment feels like enough. Not something to rush through, not something to endure while waiting for the next thing. Just enough, exactly as it is. For those of us who have lived long enough to know loss, to have said goodbye to people we loved, to have experienced disappointments and heartaches, walking offers a gentle form of healing. It doesn't erase the pain, but it helps us carry it with more grace. It reminds us that life continues, that beauty still exists, that we are still here, still breathing, still capable of feeling the sun on our faces and the earth beneath our feet. Protecting the mind you've built over a lifetime. But perhaps the most beautiful part, the part that matters most as the years accumulate, is this. Walking also protects the mind itself. Deep within the brain lives a remarkable structure called the hippocampus, a small seahorse-shaped region responsible for learning and memory. This is where your memories live. The wedding day you'll never forget, the faces of your children when they were small, the sound of your mother's voice, the smell of your grandmother's kitchen. Over time, without care, the hippocampus can shrink. It's a natural part of aging, but one that can lead to forgetfulness, to that frustrating feeling of words hovering just out of reach, to walking into a room and forgetting why you went there. Yet research has shown something remarkable. Regular walking actually strengthens the hippocampus. It can even increase its size, reversing some of that natural shrinkage. Each step becomes like an investment in tomorrow's clarity, a shield against the fading of time. For anyone growing older, this is no small thing. It means the stories of your life, the ones that make you who you are, can stay alive and vivid a little longer. It means you can keep hold of the memories that matter most. It means you can continue to learn new things, to form new memories, to remain engaged with the world around you. The gift of daily ritual. Now imagine turning walking into a daily ritual, not something rushed before breakfast, not something squeezed between obligations, but a quiet gift you give yourself each day. Something sacred in its simplicity, something you can count on, like the sunrise itself. Each day, at a time that suits you best, you step outside. Maybe it's early morning, when the world is still fresh and quiet. Maybe it's afternoon, when the warmth has settled in. Maybe it's evening, when the light turns golden and long shadows stretch across the ground. The when matters less than the doing. You feel the warmth of sunlight on your face, like a blessing. You hear the birds singing in the distance, each species with its own melody. You notice the smell of flowers carried by the wind, or fresh-cut grass, or rain on dry earth. You see your neighbors tending their gardens, walking their dogs, heading out for their own daily routines. A smile, a wave, a brief exchange of words. These small connections that remind us we're part of something larger. These simple details, often hidden in the busyness of life, in the rush to get things done, become little treasures for the heart. And with every step, you are reminded that life's beauty isn't always in the grand moments, the milestone birthdays, the major celebrations, the big accomplishments. Sometimes, perhaps most times, it's in the soft, quiet steps we take when no one is watching. In the ordinary moments made extraordinary simply by our presence and attention, building strength one step at a time. There's also a practical beauty to walking that shouldn't be overlooked. As we age, maintaining strength and balance becomes increasingly important. Falls become more dangerous. Independence becomes more precious. Walking builds leg strength, improves balance, keeps joints flexible. It helps maintain bone density, reducing the risk of fractures. It supports heart health, helping blood pressure stay stable and circulation remain strong. But unlike more strenuous exercise, walking is gentle. It doesn't demand more than you have to give. Feeling tired? Walk slowly. Feeling energetic? Pick up the pace. Every walk can be different, adapted to how you feel that day. And that's the beauty of it. Walking meets you where you are. You don't need to walk far to receive its benefits. Even 20 minutes can work wonders. Even around the block. Even to the mailbox and back if that's what your body allows right now. What matters is consistency, the gentle accumulation of steps over days, weeks, months, years. Like drops of water eventually filling a bucket. Like morning light gradually brightening a room. The social path. And for many elders, walking also becomes a social activity, one that enriches life in unexpected ways. Walking with a spouse, rekindling the companionship of shared movement. Walking with a friend, solving the world's problems one lap around the park at a time. Joining a walking group, making new connections with people who share this simple commitment to well-being. There's something about walking side by side that loosens conversation, that makes it easier to talk about what really matters. Unlike sitting face to face across a table, where silence can feel awkward, walking together allows for comfortable pauses. The movement provides a natural rhythm for conversation. Deep things are shared. Laughter comes more easily. Friendships deepen step by step. For those who live alone, walking groups can become like a second family. Regular faces, familiar smiles, people who notice if you're not there and care enough to check in. This sense of belonging, of mattering to others, of being part of a community. It nourishes the spirit just as surely as the walking nourishes the body and mind. Staying present in a changing world. So why does walking every day keep the mind young in old age? Because it clears the fog of stress that can cloud our thinking. Because it restores balance to our emotions, helping us manage the ups and downs that life continues to bring. Because it protects memory, sharpens focus, and brings us back to ourselves when we feel lost or scattered. But maybe most of all, because it teaches us presence, the ability to live in the here and now, which is the true secret of staying young at heart. Not young in the sense of pretending we're not aging, but young in spirit, in curiosity, in openness to life. Young in our ability to find wonder in simple things. Young in our willingness to keep going, keep moving, keep engaging with the world. When we walk, we can't be anywhere else. We're not in yesterday's regrets or tomorrow's worries. We're right here, right now, feeling this breeze, hearing these sounds, taking this step, breathing this breath. And that presence, that full engagement with the present moment, is what keeps us truly alive, truly young, regardless of the number of years we've been blessed to live. Your promise to yourself. Every walk is more than movement. It is a promise to yourself to care for your body, which has carried you faithfully through all these years, to protect your mind, which holds everything you've learned and experienced, to nurture your spirit, which still hungers for beauty, for peace, for connection. With each step, you are not just moving forward on the path. You are moving toward a brighter, calmer, more youthful mind. You are choosing vitality over resignation. You are choosing engagement over withdrawal. You are choosing to remain an active participant in your own life. This is not about being perfect. You'll miss days, because life happens, because the weather is terrible, because your body needs rest. That's okay. What matters is coming back to it, picking up where you left off, taking that first step again. Because every single walk counts. Every single step matters. The simple truth. So the next time you feel tired or overwhelmed, or when that voice inside whispers that you're too old, that it's too late, that there's no point, remember this simple truth. The path to clarity, to peace, to youthfulness of mind and spirit begins with a single step. Put on your comfortable shoes, the ones that have walked with you through countless miles. Step outside, whatever the weather, and walk. Slowly, gently, one step at a time. No hurry, no destination that must be reached, just movement for its own sake. Notice how your mind feels lighter with each passing minute. Notice how your heart feels softer, more open, more at peace. Notice how your spirit feels brighter, more hopeful, more alive. Because sometimes the most powerful medicine doesn't come in a bottle from the pharmacy. It doesn't require a prescription or cost a fortune. It comes from the earth beneath your feet and the simple act of walking upon it. It comes from the sun above, the air around you, and your own willingness to move through the world with intention and presence. A love letter to your future self. Walking every day is not just a habit, not just one more thing on a list of should-dos. It's a gift, perhaps one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself. A gift for your body, which deserves care and kindness. A gift for your mind, which deserves protection and nourishment. A gift for your future, for all the days still ahead of you, waiting to be lived fully. Accept it with open hands and an open heart. Embrace it as the treasure it is. And let every step remind you that you can stay young in mind, fresh in spirit, and full of life. Not despite your age, but because of the wisdom you've gained, the resilience you've built, and the simple choice you make each day to keep moving forward. The path is waiting. Your shoes are by the door. The world outside is ready to welcome you. And your mind, your beautiful, capable, resilient mind, is ready to stay young, stay sharp, stay vibrant for all the years to come. All it takes is one step, and then another, and another after that. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, as the ancient proverb reminds us. But so does the journey to a youthful mind, a peaceful heart, and a life well lived. So walk. Simply walk. And let each step be a celebration of the life you're still living, still creating, still enjoying, one beautiful step at a time.